All right, let's talk about something really cool. Imagine a mountain, but without the pointy top. Sounds weird, right? Well, today we are diving deep into these incredible formations, Earth's very own majestic tablelands. We're talking about plateaus.
Seriously, just picture it for a second. A mountain that looks like someone just lopped the peak right off. That amazing flat as a pancake top? Yep, that's what we call a plateau.
So what's the official definition? Well, a plateau is basically a huge, high-up piece of land that's super flat on top. And that's why people call them tablelands, because they honestly look like gigantic tables just jutting out of the ground. Pretty cool, huh?
Okay, so what's the big difference between a mountain and a plateau? It really just boils down to one thing: the top. Mountains, they go up to a sharp point, but plateaus, they've got that signature flat top. It's a super simple difference, but that's what makes them so special.
Right, so how in the world do these massive tablelands get made? I mean, they don't just pop up out of nowhere. Turns out they're created by some of the most intense, powerful forces our planet can throw at us.
These giants get formed in one of three pretty dramatic ways. First, you've got tectonic uplift, or massive forces just shove a giant chunk of the Earth's crust straight up. Then there's volcanic activity. This is where they're built up, layer by layer, from lava flows. And finally, you've got erosion. This is where wind and water just wear away all the soft rock over millions of years, leaving the tough, flat plateau behind.
Okay, so we know how they're made. Now let's check out the different kinds. There are actually 5 main types of plateaus out there, and this is where you really start to see just how different and unique they can be.
First up, we have tectonic plateaus. And yeah, this process is all about raw power. Just imagine huge slabs of the Earth's crust crashing into each other and forcing a massive, flat block of land skyward. That's your tectonic plateau.
And the superstar example of this? The Tibetan Plateau, of course. You've probably heard it called the roof of the world. It was created when the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates had a massive collision. Another incredible example is right here in the U.S., the Colorado Plateau. It's so big, the Grand Canyon is carved right into it.
All right, our second type isn't about pushing up from below, it's about building up from above. These are volcanic plateaus. So instead of being shoved up, these are made when lava over and over again for millions of years just flows out, spreads, cools down, and hardens. It's like a giant geological layer cake.
A fantastic example is the Deccan Plateau in India, which is this huge area made from ancient lava flows. And we have one in the U.S. too, the Columbia Plateau, formed by the exact same fiery process. That volcanic origin is also why these places are often loaded with valuable minerals, like a natural treasure chest.
Next up, number 3, erosional plateaus. I like to think of these as nature's ultimate survivors. Picture this, a big landscape with a super hard flat layer of rock, surrounded by much softer stuff. Over millions and millions of years, wind, water, and ice just chip away at all the soft parts, leaving only that tough, flat-topped plateau standing tall.
The Chotan Nagpur Plateau in India? It's a perfect example of this. It's a landscape that's been carved up by rivers for thousands of years. We also see this in parts of the Great Basin in the U.S. It really shows you how nature can be a patient, incredible artist, doesn't it?
Okay, on to number 4, Intermontane Plateaus. The name kind of gives this one away, right? Inter means between, and mountain is all about mountains. So these are high plateaus that are basically sandwiched between huge mountain ranges.
And guess what? The Tibetan Plateau makes a comeback here. It's a perfect example of an intermontane plateau, tucked right in between the Himalayas and the Kunlun Mountains. Another amazing one is the Altiplano in South America, this massive high plain that's hugged on both sides by the Andes.
And last but not least, our 5th type is the Piedmont Plateau. Piedmont literally means foot of the mountain in Italian, and that's exactly what these are. They're like a transition zone, sitting at the bottom of a mountain range and sloping gently down towards the coast or a plain.
You can find a textbook example of this right here in the United States, the Piedmont Plateau. It runs all the way down the eastern side of the country, creating those rolling hills that are like a bridge between the old Appalachian Mountains and the super flat Atlantic coastal plain.
So, we've covered how they're made and all the different types, but why should we even care? What's the big deal about these giant tablelands? Well, it turns out they matter a whole lot. They have a huge impact on our planet and on us.
So, why are they so important?
Well, for one, plateaus are like geological powerhouses. They're packed with essential minerals like iron and coal. And that ancient lava we talked about, it breaks down into super fertile soil, which is fantastic for farming. Plus, the steep cliffs often create amazing waterfalls, which are perfect for generating clean hydroelectric power. It's this mix of resources that lets them support massive populations and even influence the local climate.
So when you really think about it, plateaus are so much more than just mountains with flat tops, right? They're like history books written in stone. They hold the secrets to our planet's wild, fiery past, but they also provide the resources that power our future. And that really gets you thinking, doesn't it? If these giants can hold so much history, what other secrets about our planet are just waiting to be discovered, maybe even in the land right around us?